Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So on today we're going to be doing my budgeting paychecks of September 30th, guys. Yes, it is the end of the month. We're going to do a catch up on my meal planning, where I'm at on that, how things have been going, whether I've done good or bad throughout the month, and the bad sense of me dining out and spending money. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video, guys.
You say the words and I go. Let's just keep it simple. Anywhere the wind blows.
Alright guys, so we are at September 28th of our meal plan on my calendar. This is my calendar that I created for each month that I do my meal plan. And basically I'm tracking how I'm tracking my progress regarding, you know, me staying within budget for eating out, basically. And so all the yellow that you see for the month is everything that I've where I've eaten at home and not paid money out to dine. Anything in pink is being treated meals, so these are meals that were treated. And then blue, of course, is going to be my where I actually did eat out and spend money. So pretty much, guys, I mean, when I started this calendar, it was back in July. I had probably 9 days out of the whole month that I ate out. And so given that we've only got 3 more days left, I've only eaten out 3 times, and where I've actually paid out toward. So it's actually pretty good. I will say Cancun Grill was probably my most expensive this month. Me and my friend, we ended up taking my granddaughter to the park, and we were downtown park after work one day, Friday, and you know, so we did end up going to a pricier place than I anticipated. So anyways, guys, so that is a progress. My goal is to stay more into the yellow, get more into the yellow. Each week that I have a full where I have not dined out, I am tracking that, and I will be putting savings toward that. So my goal is to save $2 per week for every week that I don't eat out. So pretty much right now I do have this second week in September where I can actually pay towards $2, and I won't do that until the end of the month. And so I'm going to be doing that along with start my no spend. This will help me also with the no spending. So I do have a calendar for that. But anyways, guys, let's jump into my budget, my paycheck, and jump into the month where we're at. So I did kind of start one because I did try to record this before and it didn't go. So anyways, we're going to start this one. So this is my budget sheet. I do have 3 different types of budget sheets. These are available on my Etsy and Ko-fi if you are interested. This is the type where it has the description, budget, and actual. So you can pre-budget and then what your actual was, and then for all of these different categories. We have income, bills, variables, savings, and then a summary. Okay. The other type is this one as well. This is pretty much the same concept, except it doesn't have the actuals. You would just actually do the actual on the one column, but the only difference is it has income, bills, debt, expenses, and summary. I don't have the savings on this one, but it does have a spend and no spend tracker. So if you want to track from the day 1 all the way to the end of the month, if you've spent, you can spend, you know, put the dates, no spend. That's one way to track and stay on top of, especially for like your budgeting for the month or the week or however you get paid. That is another way. And then we have the mini budget sheet, and this is for those income, those, you know, those side hustles that you might get extra income on something and you want to be able to track that, you don't have to do a full sheet. You could just have these, and I made mine double-sided. They will print out at one side, like on one side, but I just turn mine over to print it out on the other side. And that's how I do these. But again, these are available on my Ko-fi and Etsy shop. So anyways, guys, so let's get into it. So this is for my 9/30/2025 paycheck. I will have a starting balance of negative 134.17, and I will explain that. My income for the month for this pay period was $22.52.01. I did get, my son did also provide his insurance of $600, and of which $200 I did take out. Did not get deposited. So with all of that, my negative plus my positives, I have a starting balance of $25.17.84 for my bills for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Since I won't be getting another paycheck until the 15th of October. So it's pretty much about 15, little over 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and get my bills that are going to be paying and that came up, and I'm going to cover those. So when I'm going to include where the negative 134.17 came from, it does not belong to this 25.17 because I've already deducted it. But I want to have it on there because it was taken out a little early, and that is what caused me to go into the negative. So it is my security. I'm budgeted for $50.98 each month. That's what I should pay. But I ended up going over into the negative $30 or $32 overdraft. So I ended up paying $82.98. Now that is a difference of $32. So that was not good. I was not happy about that. This ended up getting drafted a day before I got paid, and I needed to look into why it got drafted. I think it got paid a day before, so I need to look into why it got drafted a little bit earlier than I thought it would. And then also I have a medical bill that is drafted out of my account. That was $30, and I need to check on that too. And so I ended up paying another $32 on that fee of $62. So that is where I'm going to go ahead and highlight or do a line, because this does not need to be taken out any further. Okay? But we're going to start here fresh, or what is going to be deducted from my income. So we're going to go my AT&T bill, which was, I budgeted for $285. It actually was $284.38. And I'll do the $285. Difference of 62 cents. Okay, that I saved. Let's see. My Jeep. And I believe that is all my bills. Yes, I believe so. Okay. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna take this. Let's do the actual, and I'm gonna go start here. I'm not gonna incorporate these two because they were already deducted. So 285. 27. And I'll probably speed through this part. Okay, so we are at 2286.11 for the next 2 weeks. This should cover me up until the 15th. And let's see. And this is just for the budgeting, okay? That's what I budgeted myself for. So let's go ahead and do a carryover. So we're gonna do 25.17.84 minus 2286.11. So 231.73 is what I am left over with. Okay, now I went ahead and groceries. So I did go to Sam's for groceries for my variables. So this is what I'm paying on my groceries. I budgeted myself for $75. I ended up paying $81 and some change for here. My gas, I budgeted $40 for my miscellaneous. I'm budgeting $15 for shopping, $36. And that's all I'm doing for that, okay? For my wallet. This is going to go into my cash wallet. So this one was actually a draft. I mean, a debit card, so I will not be pulling that as cash. So that one is already taken care of. This is taken care of. And I just want to make sure I get the ones that I already paid. Checked off. Okay. So 231. So we're gonna do $81 plus 40 plus 15 plus 36 gives me $172 that I for my cash wallet. Okay, now okay, let me do this again. So I have a carryover of $91. Now I already pulled $200 from this income here that I got. That is going towards savings. That is where that negative 200 came from. I didn't add it, so it's not going to be included in this. But I'm just putting that I do have $200 in savings. Hold on, guys. Okay, so that means I have $91 left. This $91 I am going to leave in the bank. Where can I put this? As a buffer. I'm not going to touch that at all, okay? So I just wanted to have that extra just in the event, because of me doing all these overdrafts. It's driving me insane. And so I decided to go ahead and leave whatever extra I have as a buffer, and I'm going to leave that $91 there. It's going to get better. I know it will. It has to. It's just, you know, whenever you have a change, you have to accommodate for that, and then you have to just learn how to, you know, maneuver around it. So the pay dates of the 15th and the 30th have really thrown me off on my budgeting, so it's taken time, and progress is being made each month that I learn the mistakes of where I at. So that's why I'm gonna go ahead and leave that $91 there. But I do have $200 so far to save for the next 2 weeks until I get my next paycheck. I am still going to be working overtime until I can't, I mean, until they tell us no, we can't, but I'm going to do as much as I can, especially because with the holidays coming up, I want to be able to not stress. And it's not that I'm stressing about it, but I want the budgeting to work the way I want it to work, and not me stress about, especially with the holidays. It's like, I remember for years, the holidays always stressed me out, because I was like, how am I going to cook those meals? How am I going to, you know, afford gifts for my family? And not to say you have to, but at that time it was just, my kids were small, and I was always stressed about being able to give them, you know, a good Christmas. Something that, you know how that works. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much where we're at. $91 is going to stay in the bank. And let me do my totals, right? And here I am talking and not. So 25, 17, 84. We have 22, 86, 11 of bills. Expenses of 172. No debt. Well, debt's incorporated in here in my bills. So, and then savings of $200. That is not going to be part of this at all. But I'm just gonna have it there, just because I want to not. I'm gonna go ahead. Put a little arrow to why that was already taken out. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our calculations, and we should end up with $91. Okay, 25, 17, 84 minus where am I off? I'm off somewhere. I think it's because I know why. Because I need to do the okay, so what is that? That is 70. That's what the $91 is. That's what I'm gonna be pulling out in cash. Why did I do it that way? 91. So $91 is what I'm putting out in cash. What the heck? Okay. Now it's starting to, right? Why am I throwing myself off here? I'm totally not calculating it right. 25. Okay, 231 minus 75 minus 40 minus 15 minus 36 minus 6. $59. Okay, so that $91 is the cash I'm gonna pull out because I already paid out the $81 for my debit. Okay, so $91, and I will have $59, gosh, left as a buffer. Okay, that makes more sense. So $59. Bank. Buffer. The buffer here, just so. Buffer. Okay, that is it. So $59. $91 is what I have to pull in cash to cash stuff my wallet. That's where I got the $91. And then I still have $200 in savings. And that is it, guys. That is my budget paycheck for September 30th. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys, are learning from my mistakes, but also taking some, giving yourself grace with the fact that if you're having to readjust your income, make changes because of income loss, income differences, or pay schedules different, take it day by day. It will not, I'm glad that I have the funds to be able to take care of the things that I have, even though I ended up in a negative. I'm still grateful that I am able to take care of that and just learn from me. It will get better in time. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, that is that. I will go ahead and get you guys cash stuffing envelopes for my October fall season. I do have some, and get my wallet stuffed on my next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Much love, guys. Let's go and use hashtag Grace for today. It just lets me know you watch all the way up to this point. It's been a while since I've recorded, guys, and I'm just missing you guys and being able to do this. So bye for now.